There is a great amount of confusion everywhere. The truth of the matter is, we are in a state of confusion and turmoil. And then we want, a society or a community without police, defund police. Will that happen? It will never happen. We cannot create an utopia. We have to be controlled. And if we are not, we don't control ourselves, nothing is going to happen. I did some research for my second master's. How did the institution of marriage come about? And within the context of the Indian civilization, which is one of the oldest civilizations, they found out if there is no institution of marriage, there will be a great confusion, especially if this guy goes and plants his seed in several women and then there is no property protection, and there will be a great confusion. So we have to order the society. Freud had the same issue, which Hitler reviewed and not favorably for good reasons. Freud said that we are naturally pleasure-seeking. He called it as pleasure principle. Everybody wants pleasure. The rich people want pleasure, the people with mediocre people want pleasure, and people who are rock bottom, with no money, they all want pleasure too. The pleasure principle versus the culture principles. He called it as nature versus culture. What is nature? You see a beautiful woman or a man, you immediately want to be with a man. That is nature. This Freud put it in his book called Civilization and Its Discontent. And he said that we have not created a civilization because this civilization is against our pleasure principle. And Hitler, of course, objected to it because are you going to go by pleasure principle? There will be completely, disorder and chaos. So we have to have culture to say, hey, you're an old man looking at a 16-year-old girl and you want to be with her. There's no cut down, Or you want to drink, and then go and then create problems in the society. It's not going to work. So I don't want to turn this session into an academic discussion or a scholarly discussion. I just want to be very, very practical. So I want to reduce my organization for this presentation into a few key phrases. Personal profiteering, because this kind of is a blanket term that is applicable for politicians who want profiteering, is applicable for business people who want personal profiteering, and also individuals who want profiteering. Profiteering in all areas. We want to have profit in every area that we are dealing with. Profiteering in pleasure seeking, good food, alcohol, and anything that satisfies our senses, and we want to have profiteering in that. And that is our nature. So that we cannot do anything about. Now this gets organized into political groups, and then there also profiteering is going to be the guiding force. The ruling force is personal profiteering, group profiteering, or democratic profiteering, or communist profiteering, or if there is a monarch in like Muslim countries, they want to be they want profiteering. So profiteering. That is our nature. Is that our nature? That's Yes and no. Yes, because we all relate to sense fulfillment, pleasure principle, and which we have to really sacrifice for the sake of the society, to bring police in, to bring the judges in, and then there's the legislations in, all that we have artificially created in order so that we can live peacefully. Now, this is a temporary solution and it has not worked. That's why I said we are now in a state of spiritual emergency. What do I mean by that? We should not live by the body, mind and the senses. We should live by the spirit. What do I mean by the spirit? The spirit is something that is bigger than all these senses, mind, body. And what is that? That is the life force. We don't live that. Who has lived that? The people who have lived that are people who just wanted to get beyond the senses, beyond the mind, beyond the body, and then found something better than pleasure principle.